Sup, guys? Just want to let you know I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. I see you working hard. I see you grinding. I see you trying to get better, working on yourself, man. Not worrying about all these other external factors, worrying about what's internal. I see that, and I admire that because we're both on the journey together. I hope you guys like that intro, dude. But I believe everyone that's watching my videos, dude. I get the comments and I see all this different stuff of you guys improving and trying to get to new spots and trying to get just a different level, dude. It's just great to see people in the same space, and that's kind of why I wanted to get into the topic in my video that I wanted to get into, man, and something that's kind of helped me a lot. Maybe I can share it with you guys, help you guys out. Um, but as I do, and how content creators say you should lay out your videos, I'm gonna start off with a quick story to kind of see. You can kind of see where I'm at and where, how I think about this stuff. But um, honestly, bro, I've been pretty alone in my endeavors and challenges, and perseverance has been pretty hard. It gets hard sometimes, and I don't always have like a person, to always talk to about this stuff. Um, so why not vent on social media, right? I know I'm so funny, dude. But apart from that, on a serious note, um, no, dude. But for real, I get a lot of you guys because some of you guys are out there grinding and trying to get big and trying to make something out of yourselves and your physique or your mindset or your life or like any goal you could have, dude. And some of us are just kind of alone in that pursuit of being great, being what we could be, being what we, you know, should be. Maybe, I don't know. I think everybody has the ability to be great and should be great. Um, no matter how big you are on TikTok or how small you are, and it doesn't matter, dude. But um, if you guys are kind of at that point where there's like this phase that I think a lot of people get to, and I'm stealing this a little bit from Chris Williamson, um, but it honestly makes so much sense. But at the point where you're getting better, and if you guys are in those gym sessions where you're at home or you go to the gym late or your work schedule is messed up so you never go with anyone, or you're up late at night working on your business and you don't have anyone to push you that extra 15 minutes to make that website or make that app or whatever you're trying to do, or someone to help get you up in the morning, or a buddy to kind of scale yourself up with. I'm in the same boat with you guys, dude. Like, when I was going to the gym, a lot of the time I would go in alone. I never really went with anybody, but luckily for me, I'm a social person. I'm really good at being social and getting out there. So, talking to people is one of my strengths, right? So, getting to know people and kind of finding people in the environment that already were in where I was kind of at is what kind of pushed me further than I thought I could go. So, I'm kind of in that sense where I'm at in business, where I'm trying to reach out, get new people on, show people I get results, all this different salesman stuff I could try to sell to you on my program, but that's not what I'm here to do right now. Um, it's I'm finding people that are also kind of in that middleman spot where they're working so hard towards something, but nobody is in that middle ground because there's not a lot of people that are trying to scale themselves or their business at the same time, you know, um, and trying to learn more. Like in fitness, if you go into the gym, oftentimes you see either someone who just started or someone who's really bulked up and jacked. Those are the people that stand out, at least to me, right? The guys that you can give advice to, and the guys that are the ones that give you advice. And there's always that middle ground where you gotta find someone and you have to form a connection with them. So if you see like someone in the gym that you kind of want to know or get to meet or something like that, or someone bigger, ask for a spot. Ask for a lot of these things because people will push you and you can get to know more people in the environment. And knowing people in that gym environment is one of the most important things ever. Like, you get to learn more. You get people to push you harder. All of these different things, dude. And I promise you it's going to help you push farther. Just like these people in my life are helping me push farther in business and trying to help me get successful and not be working in between 3 jobs and going to school and all of this stuff I don't want to do. But that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to be easy. No one said this pursuit of happiness and my dream and having a good physique and being as healthy as I can and, you know, no one said this was going to be easy. In fact, people said it was going to be hard. That's why a lot of people didn't want me to do a lot of this stuff, because it's hard. That's why some people, like some of your friends that have the more bad habits than you, I should say. I don't even know. They have bad habits and you are trying to go away from that. They're going to try to suck you back in. They're going to try to suck you back into that same schedule on Fridays and Saturday nights where you go out and you go drink or go smoke, go get high, all of this different stuff. And you have to resist. You have to persevere through that. You can't give in. Because right when you give in is when you lose. And granted, I've lost plenty of times. That's why I'm at the point where I'm at right now. Like, I was into all that stuff. I was at that middleman stage where it's like I was stuck in all these bad habits, but I was growing like I was going to the gym, but it's like you need to pick a side. I mean, I guess you don't, but if you really want something, you know the right side to pick. Don't pick all these bad habits that are going to take away from who you could be, you know, the person you could be for your future kids, your future wife, all this different stuff, dude. I mean, this is kind of how I think about it, but surround yourself by people trying to do the same thing. And if you can't, just keep going, because those people will come. You just have to keep pushing forward and keep struggling, right? Because it's just stones you're tripping over, right? There's a good Berserk quote. I forgot how it goes, but I don't know. It's something Gut says. If any of you guys have read Berserk, literally like one of the best mangas out there. But you just stumbled over a stone in the road, you know? You just got to keep moving. And the path, it gets, you know, sometimes it's uphill, sometimes it's downhill, you know? Sometimes you actually get a really nice flat terrain where you're just coasting. But eventually, it's going to get rocky. You're going to have to walk through a river. You're going to have to walk through rapids. Sometimes you might even have to swim. Sometimes you might even have to climb to the top of a mountain to get to where you want to go. Because that mountain peak, you know, it's a long ways up there. But if you want to get to it, you got to climb, right? You can't keep pausing and foraging and doing all this different stuff. You can't keep setting up tents when you're only a mile into the hike, right? If you want consistent progress, good progress, hike 5-10 miles, dude. What am I even getting into here? I'm just getting into hiking, bro. I like hiking, so I mean, is that even a good analogy? I don't know. You guys get the point, though. I don't need to keep trying to explain this, but like, all of you guys are capable of great things, and I hate when I see people that think they're meant to be like fat. They're meant to be a loser. They're meant to be skinny. I actually saw someone at work I was talking to, and I was kind of asking them about the gym and stuff like that. And they're an overweight person, and I was talking, and I was like, "Oh, you don't happen?" We were talking about something, and then I mentioned, "Oh, you go to the gym at all?" And then he just goes like this. He goes, "Look at me, bro. You think I go to the gym?" I'm like, "Anyone can go to the gym." What? Just because you're overweight doesn't mean you don't go to the gym. It just means you started a little late or you're working down, you know? And he was like, "No, bro, it's not for me." And I'm like, "What? It's not for you?" "Well, what's for you?" And he kind of just like stood there, you know, and he just shook his head. Like, it's like the most pitiful thing I've like seen, where you just like look down and you just shake your head, you know. That's just a sign of not being confident, you know. And like he was stuck in this mindset where like I was asking him like, oh well, why don't you want to go to the gym and get in better shape? And he's like, I'm just like comfortable being fat and just sitting. Like he literally said that. I'm not being mean. He literally just said, I'm comfortable sitting on the couch, watching TV, just eating hot Cheetos. And he's like, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but I said it. But do you really think that's the life that would make you fulfilled? And he paused and he was just thinking, no, not maybe. I don't know. He like sat there and he was contemplating the answer. And I was like, he kind of just got really quiet after that. I think I said one more thing and he just like kind of didn't respond. I don't know if I changed his mind. I don't know if I left a good impact. I don't know if I made him feel worse about himself. Because I'm not great at motivating people all the time. Because sometimes I just, I was raised really hard, so I go really hard on people. Or I guess I wasn't raised hard, but I had very weird dynamic where I was really, really hard or really soft. I never had a middle ground. Things were either really strict or not strict. So it's like I'm trying to educate people and help people, but I don't want to come off as a douche, which hopefully I'm not. At the same time, I want to guide you guys to success, and I want to help people get kind of from point A to point B. I don't know everything. I'm not some Gandalf to your Frodo. Eventually I want to be, though. Eventually I want to kind of be that. But the only thing I can really be the Gandalf to is fitness, because that's the one thing I know really well. And mindset. I feel like I know mindset pretty well because I try to be as mentally tough as possible. But there's a balance. There's a balance you got to find, and everybody has that. And those people around you that I keep mentioning help you a lot. Originally, I was just going to make this video about kind of like personal growth and, finding people that, are in your circle. But I kind of went down a different path, didn't I? I don't even know what I should title this video. I was going to title it, like, watch this if I'm proud of you, something catchy, but I don't know. Guess I should think of a title sometime. Whatever. But anyways, as you can tell, I'm a fitness coach. So if you guys are interested in having a coach, check out the links down below. I got a Calendly. We can set up and book a cool little call, and we could talk and see where you're at and see if maybe we're a good fit. But, up to you. And I also got an Instagram down there too in my description. So if you guys kind of want to see reels, I kind of post motivational stuff, and sometimes I do challenges like the 500 push-up challenge I did. I still need to make a video on that, but I'm slacking because I want to I want to put a lot of effort into it. But I don't want to. I don't know. There's like B-roll and stuff I gotta do, and I'm sorry. I'm a sucky video editor, man. Like literally, I just take this camera, I like put it up right here, and then I just record. As you can tell, I don't edit much because I don't really like editing, even though I probably should for better video quality. But I just try to talk, get my information out, and yap. So as you can tell, I'm a pretty good yapster. So that's kind of all I wanted to go over. I hope you guys got something out of this. I'm probably going to go yap and talk to myself for a while because I'm kind of a social butterfly right now. I don't know what's into me, but you guys have a great rest of your day. I love you guys. Peace out.